Hi, welcome to Shepo, Mr. Pandaria. A little tip here for you if you're going to be levelling through the Dread Wastes on your way to 90, and you probably will be. It's a big zone, there's some pretty cool quests here, but it is also really challenging, and if you miss out, basically I missed out on this tip, so I want to prevent you guys from making the same mistake. And also my entire guild that has reached level 90 also didn't spot this. Okay, now without giving too much of the story away, we're going to help out a faction called the Klaxxi. They're one of the main factions in the game. When we first enter the zone, we're going to break one of the ancient Klaxxi warriors out of amber. He's been stored there, he's been put into preservation for some unknown point in the future when he's under peril, and you know, when they're needed most. It's a bit like Master Chief, but he's a mantid. We're going to rescue a number of these guys as we go through the zone, and the first guy that we rescue gives us a buff. He gives us a buff. It's called Angel of Death. It's a Klaxxi. It's listed as a Klaxxi enhancement, and if you're like me, you're probably going to miss this. I don't really look at my buffs when I'm questing, but we get this buff when we rescue the first guy, and that guy is Kilrook the Wind Reaver.
Death from above.
Yes, exactly, death from above. Don't remind me of TOTC. And he gives us this buff. It's pretty awesome. Kilrook the Wind Reaver. When you gather at least 2 enemies within 10 yards, Kilrook will assist with Reeve, and Reeve basically does 120k damage to each mob within his cleave, and also does a bleed which will do an additional 120k damage. That's pretty awesome. For a hunter like me, a survival hunter especially, I'm basically trying to pull things in together and do AoE anyway, and then he'll just pop in and just cleave them to bits, and that happens every minute. So that's essentially like a good trinket, a really good trinket on a minute internal cooldown. But the best bit is, and every time I've tried to record this, we get people on their massive mounts standing in front of the NPCs, and we get a number of these as we go through the zone. We've got Malik the Unscathed, obviously Kilrook. We've also got Iokuk the Lucid, Skier the Bloodseeker, Corvin the Prime, and Kaztik the Manipulator. And what they're going to do, they're either going to give you a enhancement, which is kind of like a passive thing, say like a trinket that's going to happen out of your control, or you're going to get an augmentation, which is, as far as I can tell, it's like an on-use thing. So I've just spoken to Kaztik the Manipulator, and he's given us Master of Puppets, grants the ability Master of Puppets, dominate the target's mind, causing it to fight for you. We see, you probably can't see very well on my interface, but we get an additional action button. If you're familiar with Ultraxian or Madness of Deathwing, it's the same kind of thing. And that basically, on humanoid targets, we can mind control that for 10 minutes. It's on a 2-minute cooldown, so if the mob dies, no worries, you can just mind control another humanoid mob within 2 minutes. So you can actually have both of those going at once, and that's pretty awesome. The mind control thing is actually really good. It's instant cast, you can use it on the move, so brilliant, just definitely use that. So let's just have a quick look at some of the other enhancements and augmentations we get. So Corvin the Prime gives us a Klaxxi augmentation. We can only have one augmentation at once. Upon taking a death blow, you are encased in a block of amber, which reduces damage taken and regenerates health and mana for the duration of the spell. This effect cannot occur more than once every 3 minutes, so that's pretty good. That's going to prevent you from dying, and if you're struggling with DPS or damage mitigation, that might be happening quite a lot. So Skier the Bloodseeker gives us Battle Hymn, which is an augmentation. Killing an enemy that yields experience will trigger Battle Hymn for 10 seconds. All successful damaging spells or abilities will restore 1% of maximum health. Now that's pretty good. I wish I'd known I'd had that earlier, because man, I was struggling bad in this zone. Iokuk the Lucid keep the mind open. That gives us silent lucidity. Your spells and abilities have a 25% chance to trigger lucidity. The effect cannot occur more than once every 8 seconds. And lucidity, certain class spells and abilities only incur a half-second cooldown. So have a play around with that. For hunters it's a 1 second cooldown on practically everything. So that's really good. Especially if you think about the last video I was talking about. If you're a hunter you will know what I mean. But Thrill of the Hunt basically gives us free or low focus shots. So if we can just spam, that's amazing. All of these things are absolutely amazing. So we've seen Kilruk the Wind Reaver. We've also got Malik the Unscathed. And he gives us Iron Manted. Absorbed, blocked, dodged, missed, parried, redirected, reflected and resisted attacks against the bearer caused blade turning. And blade turning, upon reaching 10 stacks of blade turning, deal damage and stun all nearby enemies for 3 seconds. So that's one, if you're a tanking class, that's basically one for you. Now there might be more that we get unlocked in this zone. I've not finished it yet. We've still got this kind of big landmass down in the bottom to finish off. But this isn't just for when you're leveling. If you're interested in doing the Klaxxi faction, there's lots of daily quests here to do. And that's basically just going to help you get through those a lot quicker than you would otherwise. So there you go. Think about using those. You could do it hardcore like me and don't use them, or you could do it the clever way. Right, I'll see you next time for more Mr. Pandaria tips and tricks. Maybe even a hunter guide at some point. I'll see you then.